Hey, I'm Lane, and welcome back to my channel. And yes, I did my usual and got rid of my hair. It's getting annoying now. Like I noticed, and I don't know if it's just my mental state at the moment, but sorry, my voice just cracked. Wow. When I was recovering from surgery, I'm still recovering from top surgery, by the way, still recovering. My hair was growing, and I really did not like that. I did not like the fact that I had hair on my head, which makes no sense at all, like 0 sense. But yeah, it annoyed me. I had hair, and my mental state went down really quick. So I had hair, which makes no sense. But there we go. And I've also got my jetstrum re-pierced, because I can finally get my piercings back in. And I was like, which one do I want to go for? Do I want to go for the double vertical labrettes, or do I want to go for the nose and get that redone, or what? And I was like, you know what? I want to get my jetstrum redone. It's a massive bar in there. At the moment, it's at 1.6, and in about a month or so, I might be able to get it like downsized. I'm just gonna have to talk to a piercer and ask her, you know, what she suggests. So yeah, it's a big bar, but it's because the lip will swell. Because the lip swells a lot when you get it pierced, like especially this type of piercing and verticals. But my vertical labrettes, I'm not getting until November, because I'm going to go and visit my friend Adam, a great friend of mine, a really, really good friend of mine. And he works part-time, I believe, as a kind of like an office person, like booking and phones and all that lot. So he worked for a tattoo/piercing place, and he said that he can book me in and I can go up to see him. And I was like, yeah, great. I can go see you, we'll get my piercings done. You know, 2 birds, 1 stone. Let's do it. So yeah, that's what's happening. If you're wondering why I keep looking over here, I got a little candle, but I think the wick is a bit long, because the flame is like really, really big, and I'm a little worried that the wick might be a bit long. But keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. But yeah, so what day is the date today? Is the 22nd. So I'm a bit behind, like 4 days behind. But I am now officially August 20. Yes, I am 20 months on T. 20 months, you know. I went past the half a year, and I went up to 20 months, which doesn't seem right, because it's in December the 18th is going to be my 2 years on T, and we're 18th of August is like, it's the 8th, and 8 to 12 is 4, so 24 take away 4 is 20, so it's got to be 20 months to this month. And yeah, it feels like just yesterday I was at my 6th one. I was at my 1.5 years. It literally feels like yesterday. But as for my top surgery, hold on. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, I can move that down. I'm still wearing my binder. It clips up on the top here. And it clips I'm on the front. I've now done my last dressing change, which is, I did that on Thursday last week. So tomorrow is when it's coming off, because it's like 4 days. And then no more dressings over my little nips. I got given micropore tape that the nurse said I can put on my scars if I want to, but some people don't like it when it pulls. Like when they take it off, it pulls on the scars, and they don't like that it does that. And she said, literally, it's up to you. You can either use the tape or not use the tape. It doesn't matter whether you do or don't, as long as you have the binder on and everything's kept securely in place. Then it's up to you. So I haven't put the tape back on, because I noticed that when it was when I was taking the tape off, it was like ripping like the scabs off, and I didn't know if that was a good thing or not. And I was like, I'm a little worried about that. But like she said, I don't have to wear it, so I was like, fine. If she gave me the okay not to use it, I won't use it, but yeah, I got micropore tape, like proper micropore tape, like proper stuff. So I got a load of more I got a load of dressing still from when I left the hospital. After my surgery, they gave me a load of dressing stuff and said, in case like you need to change your dressings or something happens, here's this. Like they gave me a long dressing that goes across the scars and goes, don't take that off, but just in case you need to put this on top or something, you've got a spare. So apart from that, everything is going good with my healing. Like I haven't noticed any problems. I got a bit of pain like around the scar area, which I'm quite glad about. And if you're wondering why I'm glad, I will tell you, it's because that means there's sensation. And if there's sensation around the scarring, that means that my chest is not numb completely. She's like, yes. Thing is, ooh, like, I'll show you what I'm doing now. Hold on one moment. I'm doing this, like just light, very, very lightly touching. Like this is, I'm guessing these are where my man nips are, so to say. But like, I can feel like I'm not completely numb. I can feel like here, I can feel something going across. Still feel it, still feel it, still feel it. Going up, still feel it, still feel it, still feel it, still feel it. Still feel that, still feel that. Like I got sensation, which I'm kind of glad about because, as I said, it means that it's not completely dead. Hold on, let's just try and sort this out. It means it's not dead. It means the nips aren't dead. There's blood supply getting there for sensation. The nerves are re-stitching together, so that's a good thing. So I'm like, yes. Now that I'm 20 months on T, a little face update. My hair, like if I do this, you can see it a lot better. Like there's this one section here that nothing is growing. Nothing. Like look. If I can just see what I mean? It's like a finger. It's like the tip of my, like the finger width of like no hair. And then we've got very scraggly here, like there's two spots here that's nothing's growing. I'm getting the tiniest amount of freaking goatee, like the smallest amount. Over on the right side, you can see I got like 2 finger widths of a bald patch that's like slowly gonna fill in. But like considering I'm 20 months on T, I'm impressed by how much beard growth I got. like it's so like it's wispy and thin, and it's like you can tell it's a prepubescent beard growth, which is absolutely hysterical. Because in December I've got another 3 years until I officially, not officially, I'm supposed to be out of male puberty. Which means I got another 3 years. 3 years. What am I going to do? 3 years is a long time to think about. If you think about it, 3 years is a long time to think. But, like, I went to have my libido shot. I was meant to have it on the 10th of August, but I was getting my bandages off on that day, so I had to reschedule it for the week later. So I had my libido on Wednesday, just gone. My straw keeps coming out of my drink, and it's a little annoying. Stay. So, I can't remember what date that was. One moment, I'm going to have a quick little gander at my calendar. Oh, calendar, thank you. So, that was the 17th I had it done. It was the 17th I had my libido shot. And that hurt more than usual. I think it's personally, so I just had a message. I think the reason it hurt more was the fact that I was kind of still in pain from having the surgery. Like the binder is like pressing on the scars. It kind of It's not like painful, like, oh, I'm in a lot of pain. It's more like every now and again you get a little, oh, that's a little spicy. It's like a spicy level 2. So I was like still feeling that, and then I had a shot in the backside, and I was like 2 pains at once, and my brain was like going between the 2 of them. So that's probably what happened, because I've still got my high pain threshold. And then I had my Nabino shot, and that went fine. Everything went fine with that. The doctor who I see, Dr. Yoga Nathan, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, and if I am, I'm so sorry. From the Swansea team, he actually noted that I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more happy. I'm a lot more myself than usual, because usually I don't talk. I just give the bare basics, and that's basically it. But this time around, I was a lot more engaging. Like, I actually kept up a conversation with him. I helped him. I listened to what he said. I gave him actually precise, this has happened, this has changed. I just kept him up to date with everything. He asked about the surgery. He wasn't aware that Wales don't do top surgery, and I was like, yeah. I wasn't aware until after I spoke to my GIC, and it's like, you'd think they would, and I was like, you'd think they would, yeah, but they don't, at least not to my knowledge. So that's very interesting. I was like, yeah. So I had a good banter going on, and he literally noted in my notes a lot more positive, confident, outgoing, all that lot. And that all changed from top surgery and from my family. Like my fiance, Kay, my sister, Crystal, my found sister, Crystal, my sister-in-law to be, Hayley. That's from, I think it's Crystal's actual sister, who's Amy. And then I got my adopted family, my actual family, Natalie and my dad. They've all supported me, they've all helped me out, and everything is I'm a lot more positive. And I noticed the massive change after top surgery, to be honest with you. As I mentioned when I did my my bandages off video, that I teared up. I actually did cry. And it's hard. Even now, I am it'll be 3 weeks tomorrow since I had my operation. So I'm 3 weeks post-op tomorrow. And I'm still in, it actually happened. My brain is still it actually happened. It's surreal, because I wanted this for 13 years, since I was at least 19, when I learned what transgender is and the fact that you can get this type of surgery. Because I thought, oh, okay, I'm transgender, I got to live with my female breasts for all time. I'm just gonna have to bind for the rest of my life. And I was pretty depressed about it. You would be if you can't be who you really are. You have to be someone you're not. And I was pretty depressed about it. I was like, great. And then when I learned that you could have top surgery, which I learned through watching a Channel 4 or an E4 documentary series called My Transsexual Summer, E4, that video really did a lot in helping me personally. Because that's when I learned you can have top surgery, you can actually transition, you can actually take testosterone, your life, the life you were supposed to be having when you're supposed to be born as this, that the life you were supposed to have, you can still have, despite the fact that you were born in the wrong body. You can still have that life. And my brain just kind of went, it's actually possible. You're telling me I can actually have this life. And it's I can have a life where I'm actually comfortable. I'm not pretending to be someone I'm not. I'm not faking it till I make it and all that lot. It's who I really am. It's me. And I was like, I don't believe this. I do not believe. And so it took me a long time to be able to transition. There is a story behind that. It's all to do with a family member who was really, really toxic. And I'm not going to mention anything. I'm just going to leave a little, like, a link in my description if you want to check it out. And it is literally, it's a link to my past. I have 4 videos about what happened to me in the past. And I go into a lot more detail about why I can transition and stuff in those. But yeah, so when, like, I still remember the 23rd of May, no, 27th of May is when I got the phone call for my top surgery. And I think I was, like, still in disbelief that I was allowed to have it. I was going to have it. I had the date for it. Everything was sorted. Thank you, Adam. I owe you. Thank you a lot for what you've done for me for this transition. Thank you. And I was just like, okay. And then when I went down to London before the surgery to, like, stay in the hotel and stay with my best friend Matthew, and I was like, he was asking me, like, a couple of days before, do you feel nervous? Do you feel sick? And I'm just like, no. I feel so exhilarated. I feel like I'm energized. I'm so excited. I was like, I just want this to be done and never have to worry about it ever again. And up until the night before I was going in for the surgery, I was so excited. Like, it literally, if any of you, those who live in other parts of the world, you might not have seen this commercial, but there's this Duracell commercial where they have a bunny who has normal, like, everyday AAA or AA batteries, and it's like lethargic, it doesn't keep going for long enough. And then you get Duracell, which literally goes into this toy fake bunny thing, and it's like, yes, let's go. That was me. That was what I was feeling like before my surgery. When I went to the hospital, I got there like 20 minutes before I was meant to book in. Got there early, sat down, did the paperwork, handed it back, taken to my room, got settled in my room, had my legs measured for the stockings, got given the gown, and then I was sitting there and I was like, it's going to happen today. And then the surgeon, Miss Catherine Milroy, came in and goes, I'm here to mark you up. We don't have your notes from the pre-assessment. They're locked in the pre-assessment building, so we're going to have to, you won't be going first. Because I did ask her where I was. She goes, you won't be going first. You'll probably be joint second. But you're a lot more ready, as in I was more prepared. I was sorted. I was, like, ready to go down as soon as I was needed to go down. And she goes, yeah, you're a lot more ready, so you'll probably be joint second or third. So I was just sitting in the room, just waiting for that knock on the door, for that nurse to come in, for that nurse to go, follow me, to be taken down to the operating theatre, to be put on the bed, to have my gown at the back undone so they could get to the chest, to then be lying down when the anaesthetist comes in, looks at my veins, and very funnily, I didn't know this, but I have narrow veins, and also I have weird veins, because the anaesthetist pointed out my veins were weird, which he really put me at ease, because I knew that my veins were, like, kind of whack. Like, I've never done drugs. I've never injected myself with anything illegally without, like, proper help or anything, but I've always had, for a while, I've had problems with my veins, and I don't know why. It's just, some people just have vein problems. But he literally, like, he was really funny, and, like, I wasn't nervous. Like, up until they put the oxygen mask on me, up until I was put to sleep, I was not nervous, because I wanted this more than anything else in the world. I needed this. It wasn't a want. I needed it. I needed this to go right, and it did. And I am literally on top of the world. Some people have post-surgery blues. like they feel like down about the surgery, like, oh, I had the surgery. It's like feeling, they just feel a bit down in themselves. I still have my euphoria, and I don't know if that'll ever go away. But I was just like, oh my gosh, it's finally happened. Yes. And I'm still very euphoric today. I mean, whew, you can tell I'm smiling a lot. I don't usually smile this much, but I'm happy. I'm living my life. I'm living my truth. And I am so excited for what my future holds. Like, so excited. I've actually decided, because I probably mentioned this a few videos back or something, that I'm going to go down the psychology route and become a psychologist, and also be a therapist as well. Therapy is like my main backup goal, but it's one that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the therapist route first, and then in my own time I'm going to study more psychology and become a doctor of psychology. And I know it's a lengthy process. I know it's going to take years, but that's why I'm going for the therapist first, so I can get a job, and then I can go in my own time, do something, do more. And I was watching yesterday, I was watching 24 Hours in A&E. And I just had a thought, and it struck me out of the blue, and it was like, your sister Crystal works for the NHS. She's a paramedic. A bloody good one, because she was voted #1 in the UK for paramedic. #1 paramedic in the UK. Now that is a freaking achievement, which we are celebrating when we see each other. We are going to celebrate. Hell yeah. And I was like, she works for the NHS. Why don't you, like, when you got your therapist and all that lot, when you've done all your teaching and all your learning that you need in order to become one, why don't, sorry, I'm looking at my candle is burning very good. Why don't you see if you can become a therapist on the NHS, you know? Give back, instead of like going down private route or something, just become an NHS. And I was like, and I was thinking about it, and I looked into it, and I went, it's going to take a while, because, well, it's the NHS, it's going to take a while. And I was like, that actually is something I am actually considering, because a lot of people can't afford private help. It's expensive, and yes, it's good. I mean, Parkside was freaking amazing, but I would have never been able to save up the money to go private for my top surgery. And I was like, right, so why don't you give back in a way? Because I think lawyers do like pro bono or something, where they work for like less, or they work for free or something. I don't know. I do not know. I am not a lawyer. I don't know anyone actually. Wait, did my tutor do law? I think my tutor did law. I'll have to ask her about this pro bono stuff. But I was thinking, why not go on the NHS as a therapist, and then you can give back to people that way, because it's a long waiting list. It's like 6 months plus for a waiting list on the NHS to speak to a therapist or a counsellor. And I'm like, we need more people on the NHS to get that time, that waiting list down. And if I'm just one person, I'll do it. I'll happily do it. So my goal is still the same. It's still to become a psychologist, but I'm going to do therapy first, and then go down that road, and then NHS, and then who knows. I may decide that I'm happy where I am with the therapist, and I might just decide to settle here. And if I do decide to settle on that part, fine. But that is my #1 goal, is to get a therapist and get a job. That's my #1 goal. So yeah, That's all. I just realised this is 25 minutes and wow. So yeah. Life update. I pretty much explained my life update. But this weekend on Saturday, I'm going to Cardiff Pride with Matthew and his fiancée Liam. And then September, I'm starting college again. And then on the 15th of September, I'm going to see Crystal, Hayley, and my fiancée Kay again. And we're going to celebrate. We're going to have some fun. We're going to celebrate. We're going to really like be good. Like, be good to like get together. And then a week after that, like the weekend after the 15th. I don't mean the 17th, I mean the weekend after the 17th, by the way. Here you go. I'm going to Birmingham Pride with Matthew and Liam. And I can't wait. Because Birmingham Pride is going to be the first Pride where I will not be wearing a binder. Yep. On the 20th of September 2022, my binder comes off for good. It doesn't go back on. It's off. My healing, I'll be my 6 weeks, I can have my binder off. On the 4th of October, I'm going back down to Wimbledon to speak to Catherine Milroy again, just so that she can help me with the scar healing and things like that, so I know what I'm doing. And yeah. Once my binder is off, I will do a update on the chest reveal. Show you how to what I was told, like how to heal my scars and stuff. But yeah. It's literally a month's time. Just under a month. I think it's 4 weeks tomorrow till my binder comes off. 4 weeks. 4. But in the meantime, look after yourselves. Drink plenty of water. Plenty of fluids, not alcohol. I wouldn't recommend drinking plenty of alcohol. I got something in my eye bad. I wouldn't suggest drinking loads of alcohol. That's not good for you. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. Eat food. Eat plenty of food. Stay well fed. Stay well hydrated. You know, look after yourselves. And in the meantime, I hope your life goes well. And I will see you in the next update. In the next update. Love to all. Peace out.